Enjoy the show, The Ladies in Cabin by Nancy Carlson. Thank you for coming.
Since the wife died. Dang spiders. Woo! Sure could use Sandy's touch, couldn't it? Whoa, wait a minute, let me get that light. Almost committed dusting the place for you. Thought that might be something you'd like to do yourselves.
It is good to be back, but you're right. This place has Miss Sandy. Oh, and I'm sorry. I'm sure you have too. I was really sorry to hear about her passing.
Oh, please accept my sympathies, Gus. I'm so sorry to hear.
Me too, guys.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It's been an awful winter without her, but now that spring's here, things will look up.
Oh, it's good to be back. Doesn't it look wonderful?
Good, yes. Wonderful? No. Somehow it seems even happier this year. That's possible.
Oh, and nothing has changed. It is great to be back here again.
Oh, thanks, Gus. Just put our suitcases in the bedroom, if you will, please.
Can't figure out what these ladies do with all these clothes. They sure are heavy.
Ew. I think there's some of our last meal here in the sink. It looks like spaghetti, I think. I can't tell from the mold. Oh, he's right. There was no one else here last year. Look what I found. Sailor salmon, just right. Oh, man, you're the winner a lot better than that spaghetti, that's for sure.
Yeah, let's kind of clear this place out. Dorothy, why don't you go ahead and open the window in here and I'll get the one in the bedroom.
All right, John.
Oh, I think this window's been painted shut.
Are you kidding? Nothing's been painted here since Lot's wife turned to a pillar of salt. I think the deer and the antelope roamed right through this room.
Sure are heavy, these bags. Every year, you ladies bring it up to stay a month. You never leave the cabin, hardly. Why do all these things for one week's of mystery of things?
I would imagine just about everything is a mystery to Gus.
Here, Dorothy, have a toast with me.
Marcella, I can't drink out of that. It hasn't been washed ever.
Oh, nonsense. Whiskey will kill anything. It just has a few fingerprints on it.
Reminds me of that old joke about the man who put the worm in a glass of whiskey and another in a glass of water. The worm in the glass of whiskey died and the one in the water lived. You know what the moral of that is?
Yeah, you drink plenty of whiskey, you'll never have worms.
Well, here's to you, Gus. May you never have worms.
Don't ever tend to. Have worms, that is.
Cheers.
Oh, it's so invigorating to be back here. Pour me one, will you, Marcella? Bedroom looks great. The mice have eaten a huge hole in the chenille bedspread. There's a wasp hive in the corner, and Alice broke the chair when she sat on it. Oh, good grief, Marcella, I can't drink out of this. I think there were rotten holes in it from last year.
Oh, nonsense. It's good for you. Whiskey will kill anything.
Yeah, including middle-aged women.
Have worms.
I think I broke the bathroom window getting it open. I had to use a hammer.
Get yourself something to drink out of, Violet. Make sure it's not a glass.
Well, if you ladies will excuse me, I'll go now. I've got everything in out of the car. Can't hardly figure out what all use brings here, except every year Burton here gives me a hernia. dragging all that stuff in and dragging it all back up to the car again. Well, anything else, just holler, except I won't be around this evening. I think I'll go fishing. Oh, and don't bother me too early in the morning either, because, well, now Sandy's gone, I like to sleep in most days. Night, folks.
Night,
Thanks, Gus.
Oh, poor big one too.
Damn chair, I think I broke my tailbone.
Oh, isn't it great to be back? It's been here since we were here. I don't think anything has changed since we walked out that door last summer. I didn't want to say anything in front of Gus, but this place sure is a dump, isn't it?
It sure hasn't improved any since Sandy died. Wow, that sure was a surprise, wasn't it?
Well, heart attacks usually are surprises, Dorothy. Business must be awful if this place sat vacant for the rest of last season.
Do you suppose we were the only ones here last year?
Not much taller running down around the lake that dried up.
Gus does all winter.
Oh, well, he's like most men. He probably hibernates, vegetates, and flatulates.
Well, that's for sure this place doesn't take up much of his time.
Okay, everybody filled up? Are we ready? All right. We are now ready to begin the opening ceremony. We will start the week with our annual toast.
Who wants to go first?
Let's go alphabetically by first name. That means I go first. Here's to a wonderful week away from the maddening crowds with my 4 dearest friends, Marcella, Amanda, Violet, and Dorothy.
Oh, I'll drink to that.
Okay, I'm next. Here's to a week of reading, relaxing, sunbathing, quiet evenings playing bridge, brandy before bed. Here's to the cockroaches in the shower and the mice in the walls. Buenos nachos.
Oh, that means good night.
I think it means good chips.
Yeah, I thought it meant young cats.
Who cares? Bottoms up.
Bring lots of books to read again this year, Amanda?
10.
Oh, you'll have those done by Monday.
Okay, whose turn is it next?
Me? I'm next, okay. A toast. Here's the girls who do, and here's the girls who don't.
Oh, Dorothy, that's as old as the hill. This is serious business.
I am serious. We're the girls who don't.
It's because we have never had a chance.
Now, come on, keep to the rules. You have to toast to all of us. To our vacation here in the boondocks, away from civilized accommodations. The nearest thing we'll ever get to camping.
Okay. You want serious? Here's serious. Here's to our 7th year together here in this secluded spot, away from husbands, mothers, children, and problems. Away from civilization. Here's to a week with the girls.
Oh, cheers. That's more like it.
All right, it's my turn. I'm going to toast to cabin 10. No matter that the lake dried up 3 years ago and it smells like the Dead Sea. No matter that the only radio station you get still plays Guy Lombardo. No matter that the kitchen sink backs up into the commode at least twice during our visit. Here's to cabin 10, my favorite pest hole in the West, the armpit of the United States. So, ladies, cheers! Cheers!
At least last but not least, that's my turn! Oh, that's one disadvantage of having your name start with B. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Next year we're going to start together and the alphabet.
Oh, just say anything, honey. We'll drink to it. year. She still hates the way I make the bed.
And here's to her.
And here's to all the frozen TV dinners they'll be eating this week.
You mean you didn't prepare lots of wonderful things for him to eat before you left?
Are you kidding? I don't prepare wonderful things for him to eat when I'm home.
And here's to Cliff. And here's to my sweet, wonderful toy.
Okay, that takes care of that. Let's break out the cards. I'll get them. I gotta know where they are here, right? And just like magic, here they are. Marcella, they still have the spaghetti sauce on from last year.
Me? Why blame me?
Because you're the one that got mad and threw them in the sink.
Since you're staying across from me, you're gonna be my partner, Amanda.
Well, might as well, that way I don't have to move.
Hey, it's your turn to sit out first, Dorothy.
How can you remember that?
I just read it. We wrote it on the bathroom wall last year. Just about for a good time, call Marcella.
Oh dear, where are all those instructions?
Oh, they're in one of those suitcases that Gus was complaining about.
Oh, count your cards. I think she misdealt.
I only have 13.
Well, that's how many cards you're supposed to have. How many drinks did you have?
Same as everyone, 13.
That's how many cards you have.
Oh, what a hand. Lousy. I've seen better hands on a clock.
Me too. I call for a redeal.
You can't call for a redeal unless you have a really good reason.
I do have a good reason. I don't have one face card in my hand.
Violet, now everyone will know how many points you have.
You mean how many points I don't have?
Marcella, go ahead and bid.
Well, hold on. I haven't had a chance to count my points. One club.
One spade, one heart.
You have to say 2 hearts.
I said one spade.
I don't think I have enough points to say 2 hearts.
Well then pass.
Well, I don't want to pass.
Well, can't you support my club?
Will you two stop this table talking?
Okay, 4 clubs.
4 clubs? What is that supposed to mean?
You can't ask her that.
First of all, she says she doesn't have enough points to say 2 hearts. Then all of a sudden, she jumps to 4 clubs.
4 clubs. It's Gerber convention.
Will you two stop that table talking? It's not fair.
Well, since when did we ever play fair?
So you want to know how many aces I have?
Marcella, why don't you just tell her how many aces you have? Then we won't have to bother with all this talking across the table.
Violet, I bid 4 clubs. What do you bid?
Well, my partner bid 1 spade. I'm gonna say 4 spades.
You don't have enough to bid 4 spades. You don't have any points at all. You are just doing this to throw our bidding off.
4 spades.
Do you mean that?
Sure do. I may not have any points, but I've got a lot of spades.
Say that and tell everyone what you've got.
Well, this sure throws a wrench in my bidding. Now what do I do?
I know. Let's just lay our hands down and show everyone else what we've got.
Just tell me your aces. If you have no aces, bid 4 diamonds. If you have 3 aces, bid 3 or 4 diamonds.
I can't bid 4 diamonds. They've already bid 4 spades.
Oh, this is giving me a headache.
What? Ooh, you keep saying that.
This book is filthy. I can't believe you brought this, Amanda. And I'm on page 6.
I get it next.
Where did you find this?
I found this in my mother's bookcase.
Well, somebody review the bidding for
that hand that I haven't had.
I think you're right. This hand sure looks familiar. I think I had it about 3 years ago.
And I think this is the same discussion we had last year.
You know what? I think I'm just plain tired of playing bridge. Oh, I never thought I'd say that. Well, come to think of it, maybe that's why I threw the cards in the sink last year. I'll bet that's why I
This is the steamiest book I've ever read. I feel like I should wash my eyes out with soap.
Well, if we're not going to play bridge, what are we going to do?
Oh, why do we have to do anything? Why can't we just sit?
Because that's what we're going to do tomorrow.
Well, we could listen to the radio.
Radio? Are you serious? Is anyone even on the radio anymore?
We should have brought a portable television.
That's against the rules, remember?
Oh, the radio. Remember the Lone Ranger and the Lux Radio Hour?
Oh, my grandmother used to listen to Stella Dallas every day. She wouldn't miss it for anything.
Well, let's listen to that then.
Violet, Stella Dallas hasn't been on the radio for about 60 years.
Well, I'm gonna have some schnapps and then turn in. It's been a hard day.
Ooh, how about Howard Stern?
Well, yeah, I wish we could think of something constructive to do during our week there.
Oh, maybe we should make a quilt or something.
Quilt? Who do you think you are, Martha Stewart? That's why I came up here in the first place, to avoid doing anything constructive.
Does anyone have any suggestions?
Hey, maybe we could hook a garden hose up to the faucet on the sink there, and then we could fill the lake with water. Then we could go swimming like we did 7 years ago.
My bathing suit now has moth holes in it.
So does my body.
If only something exciting would happen just once while we were up here.
Well, maybe if we pray really hard, something really exciting would happen. Like, I don't know, like a busload of male strippers would have a flat tire.
Male strippers, oh my goodness, nothing flat on them.
Or a handsome bachelor would fall out of the sky.
I have been praying for that for years now.
Do you suppose?
Drum roll. Oh, gosh. I think that's what you call a near miss. So what brings you here this time of night?
Yeah, ladies, just remember the trash has to go out tonight. The noisy man with the big truck comes early tomorrow. Don't want to have no trash sitting around.
Oh, heavens no, wouldn't want that.
Can't say that we've accumulated much garbage so far. Maybe if we look around, we can find some from last year. Wouldn't want you to get no bad reputation or nothing like that.
Much appreciated.
Guys, we're looking for some excitement. What can we do around here that's exciting?
Well, for starters, you could put your garbage out.
Is that your idea of excitement, Gus?
No, I thought it might be yours. Thought maybe that was garbage you packed it in there, suitcases, they sure ready. Oh, hey, there is every down the road a piece. Every Friday night there's a bingo game. I won $5 last week. And it cost me $7 to play. Well, off you go, ladies. Just remember to put
Oh, would you like to have a nightcap with us?
Marcella, I think Gus needs to continue his midnight ride warning everyone that the garbage man is coming. The garbage man is coming! The garbage man is coming! 2 by land, 1 by sea.
Excuse me, Alice, I think it's the other way around. 1 by land, 2 by sea. No use. Ladies, the only people in my cabins right now. You know, Marcel, I believe I would like a little nightcap.
Oh, there you go, Gus. Bottoms up. I think I may have thought of something constructive we could do this week. And it doesn't.
You mean drink with Gus?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Hold on, now just listen. Because how long have you owned this resort? And I use the term loosely.
Well, when my dad died, I took it over. He had it about 30 years, I've had it about 10. Oh, it was a real booming business at first. Cabins were always full. And then the lake dried up. And Sandy died, and I kind of dried up too.
Have you ever thought about getting a real job?
This is my real job.
Well, yes, but you can see it isn't really working, what with no water in the lake. You know, that reminds me. How did you go fishing tonight with no water in the lake?
I guess I'm just in the habit of saying that. Think I'll go fishing tonight. And I grab my pole and go down to the lake and remember, ain't no water in it. Always bums me out.
I know what you mean. I hate it when that happens.
I wouldn't mind getting a job, but no one will hire me.
Really?
I tried a couple of times. Got no marketable skills, people tell me.
Gus, do you ever go to the movies?
Oh yeah, forgot about that. There is a movie house near here. Y'all can go to a movie. The popcorn's free on Tuesday nights.
No, I mean, do you ever go?
The movies? Oh no, not since Sandy died. We used to go a lot.
Do you remember a movie called My Fair Lady?
Yeah, nice movie. Twice! I've seen that one twice. Went to see it the second time, but we got free passes. Me and Sandy did. I spread manure on someone's garden and give us free passes.
Do you remember the girl in that movie, the flower girl, Eliza Doolittle?
Was that her name? Yeah, I remember her. Oh, I like your father. I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are going on.
No, Marcella. Oh, no.
But you said you wanted something challenging to do this week. I mean, what could be more challenging or more fun?
I get it.
Oh, sit down.
Hey, you know the best part of that whole movie was when that little girl fooled everyone into thinking she was a princess.
That was fun, wasn't it, Gus?
Are you thinking what I think you're thinking?
I think I'm thinking what you think I'm thinking. Gus, how would you like to take part in a little experiment this week?
What do you mean, like getting vaccinated for smallpox?
No. An experiment to get you some marketable skills.
Such as?
Well, Gus, all you need is a little polishing up.
Yep, you're right.
You're thinking of pulling up My Fair Lady with Gus?
What, would you rather sit down to a bridge hand that you had 3 years ago?
No, I think you're crazy. That sort of thing only happens at movies or plays.
Well, Gus has to have some potential somewhere. Well, somewhere.
Hey, Dr. Phil always says you can be anything you want to be.
That was Dr. Ruth.
No, Dr. Ruth talked about sex.
Now there's a marketable skill.
Gus, you can't be anything you want to be within certain limits. Let's be realistic.
Well, I wasn't thinking President of the United States or anything.
What are you thinking of?
Well, I don't know, like a clerk of some kind, an office worker of some sort. Oh, my son Phil, he could bring us a laptop. He's not far from here. He wouldn't mind. Well, then maybe we could teach Gus how to use a computer. I mean, everybody should know how to use a computer. Even I know how to use a computer.
Let's make this really interesting. How about put some money on it?
That's great. Just like in the movies, Colonel Pickering and Henry Higgins.
Oh, and don't forget Alfred Doolittle.
Oh, he's got a great memory. I never would have remembered the father's name.
Drug me or jail me, stab me and nail me, but get me to the church all time.
Okay, I got $500. Says that in 1 week we can turn Gus into a person who can get an office job somewhere. Any takers?
You're on. I've got 500 says you can't.
I'm with Alice. I don't think you can do
water using these damn jelly glasses.
Hey, wait a minute. Why do I get the feeling you all are talking about me?
Gus, Marcella is proposing to do to you what Henry Higgins did to Eliza Doolittle.
Take the lady out of me?
Worse than that. A gentleman.
Now that's something I'd like to see.
You would?
In a duck's butt. Ladies, I'm fine just as I said. I read a few cabins out in the summertime and depreciate them all winter and got no ulcers, no heart attacks, no stress, no strain.
And no income. No hope. No future. Just a dried up lake and a dried up soul.
Well, wow, now that you put it like that, it's pretty bad, ain't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I said, pretty bad.
Listen, guys, you do have potential. Let's take a look at you.
I think maybe I ought to just be leaving now.
Now, he does have potential, Marcel.
Pull in your stomach.
We got a lot of trash to set out.
Oh, here, stand up straight. Oh, let's tuck in your shirt.
Hands off! Nobody's tucked my shirt in since I was 4.
Yes, you need to stand up straight. If you stand up straight, you'd be 6 inches taller.
I don't want to stand up. I don't want to be no taller. If I was any taller, I'd have the duck door go through the door.
Well, maybe your pants wouldn't drag on the ground if you stood up straight.
Yeah, if my grandma had wheels, she'd be a bus, ladies. My pants are fine just the way they are. I'm getting out of here. You all got pretty weird.
No, she's sorry. Just slouch if you want. Just let your hands drag on the floor. Here, go ahead. Relax. Just let your back hang out.
I hate to disappoint you, Marcella, but you can't make no silk purse on a sow's ear.
Is that what you think you are, Gus? A sow's ear?
Well, it's a manner of speaking, but I suppose so, yeah.
But you ain't. Oh, Gus, you shouldn't say that about yourself.
I don't mind being a sow's ear. Somebody's got to be a sow's ear, I figure. We can't all be silk purses.
Oh my word, he's a philosopher, just like Albert Doolittle.
Hardly, Violet. Just means he knows a sow's ear when he sees one. That doesn't make him a philosopher.
Gus, how would you like to earn $30,000 a year?
Marcella, how do you like to be queen mother?
I'm serious, Gus. Serious.
How could he possibly earn that much, Marcella?
Computers, Violet. Computers.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Amanda, she teaches computer classes, right? I mean, Phil could bring us a laptop, and then you'd be happy to show Gus how to use a computer, right, Amanda?
Me?
What? Oh, yes, see? Oh, she'd love to. We've got a whole week. Oh, this would be great fun.
You think you could turn Gus into a computer literate person in 1 week?
Well, I'm not saying that. I mean, that makes it sound like I'm going to turn him into a prince or something. Let's just say we'll set him on the path to some marketable skills.
Well, let me get this straight, just so I'll be sure to collect my wager. Amanda's going to teach Gus how to use a computer in 1 week.
I don't think I want to get that close to him. He smells like a hamster.
I can work on his grammar.
And I'll work on his gut.
And I'll swim the English Channel with my arms tied to my feet.
Gus, we will have you shaped up in no time.
Yeah, that's what Sandy kept thinking. Didn't work.
500 American dollars.
500 it is. How about you, Violet?
Alice, let's you and I split it. I'll put in 250 and you put in 250.
Great. How about you, Amanda?
Oh, no. I'm going to be neutral like Switzerland.
Being American really got 2 sides.
Yeah, but Dorothy, I don't know.
Oh, that's a good spot.
Okay, count me in.
More again.
I'm starting to feel like a racehorse.
Well, I think I can teach you something. Maybe how to turn the computer on.
Herb is going to love it when he finds out I won. Oh, what's 500 divided by 3?
$166.66 1/3. Well, I was always good at math.
Well, I agree. I still say that
bum will be out looking for garbage.
Hey, who you calling a bum?
Watch whom you're calling.
Did I call her a bum? She called me a Alice called me a bum.
It's 7. Violet and my 500, it gets your 500, Marcella, Dorothy, and Amanda.
You're on, and I'll take care of the physical fitness stuff to get his gut back into his pants. I'm your Jack LaLanne!
Her husband really missing?
Rumor is she shot him.
I don't want to be no
Now,
father.
now another drink. Now you just put your mind at ease. Oh, you are gonna love every minute of this week.
We need to set some criteria. How are we going to determine a winner?
Well, let's say that after 1 week, if he's presentable enough for a job interview, then I get 2 more weeks to get him a job, a paying job.
Hey, aren't you forgetting something? I already got a job. This place, I like things just the way they is.
Are. You like things just the way they are.
I know I do. That's what I said.
Wouldn't you like to spend a whole week on a crash self-improvement course, free, being pampered, served wonderful hot meals?
You didn't mention that.
Private voice elocution lessons.
Electrocution.
Not electrocution, elocution. Speaking succinctly and clearly. Plus, getting that body of yours back into shape. Aerobics.
Aerobics.
Brandy after dinner.
Computer lessons by candlelight.
Amanda, I can't believe you said that.
Oh, sorry. I just got carried away.
Oh, what's in it for me?
Well, how about a job, Gus? Like every Friday is what they call payday.
Oh, you know, Gus, just like our Doolittle. I get married in the morning. You are a ding dong, yet you do.
You think you'd make a movie about me?
Definitely, Gus, definitely. It'll be called My Favorite Booth Ball.
I mean, Miss Salvation Army Fair.
Oh, who do you think would play me?
In a movie?
Yeah.
Al Pacino, Gus! Al Pacino!
Yeah.
Okay, Amanda, here's to making a computer operator out of a sow's ear.
And here's betting you can't.
Well, ladies, I'm gonna go put out my garbage.
Now, you'll be here in the morning, 9 a.m. sharp, and I'll make you bacon and eggs.
Hey, bacon and eggs? I'll be here 9 sharp.
Here's to the most interesting week yet in Cabin 10.
Hey, just so you know, I'm only doing this for the food. I'm tired of SpaghettiOs and Spam. Oh, and by the way, just remember to...
So what kind of cereal do you want?
Hey, how about them bacon and eggs?
No, how about those bacon and eggs?
Yeah, that's what I said. How about them bacon and eggs?
Well, how about them bacon and eggs?
Well, that stinks. And I even brought you the morning paper.
You brought us the morning paper.
I know I did.
No, I mean your grammar, Gus. You did not brung us the morning paper, you brought us the morning paper.
I brought you a paper.
Oh, thank you. That was nice of you. That was very thoughtful. You know, I called my son Phil, and he's going to be bringing us a laptop any time now. Gosh, I could hope we can find a place. And do you have a working outlet here in cabin 10? Because we're going to need that.
Working? Oh, over there somewhere.
Ta-da! Good morning, Vietnam!
Good morning, Dorothy. It's good to see you taking your assignment seriously.
Good morning, everyone! Gus! Up, up, up! Let's go, Gus! Come on! Up, up, up! Come on! It's time to get exercising! Today's the first day of the rest of our lives!
Might be the last day for Gus.
Come on, Gus! Okay, Gus! Touch your toes! Touch your toes just like this, Gus! Touch your toes! Good job! Let's give our bodies a warning! Let's give them a wake-up call! Okay, wake up toes! Wake up feet! Wake up, lazy corpuscles!
Oh, hell.
Alright, Gus. Reach up, Gus. We're gonna have to get you some exercise clothes. Alright, Gus. Pretend you're reaching for those puppy white clouds. Come on. Reach up, Gus. Oh. Reach up, Gus. You're doing great, Gus. Alright, Gus. Bend and stretch side to side. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch.
All the blood shifted to one side of my body. I can't move.
Gus, you're doing great! I am so proud of you! At this rate, your gut'll be gone in a week!
I'll be dead in a week. Can I just sit down for a minute? I'm not used to this. I'm not even awake yet. You know, lots of folks die in their sleep.
What the hell is going on out here? And what is all that racket we're trying to sleep in there?
Good morning, Violet! We're starting off our day with exercise!
Dorothy, is that you? Good grief, you look like John Madden.
Gus and I are exercising!
Well, this cannot be good for you. It just can't. You're sweating like a groundhog.
Later on, Gus, we'll do some more. That was just a warm-up.
Now, sit up straight, Gus, and look, I brought you a bowl.
Gus, we're gonna have to get you cleaned up. You look like an unmade bed. Did you take a shower last night?
I take one every night.
Did you take it with your clothes on?
What's that supposed to
Don't
mean?
talk with your mouth full.
Well, don't ask me a question with my mouth full here. You're as bad as my dentist.
You see this fly swatter? Every time you use bad grammar or slump, I'm going to swat you with this.
What?
We are just trying to help you, Gus. We only have 1 week, or we lose $500.
Listen, Gus, I just had a thought. What's your real name? Is Gus your real name?
No, it's my stage name. Of course it's my name.
Ah, that's you, Dorothy. I thought it was Shrek.
Oh. Do you have any other names? Like a middle name, maybe? Gus is just not a good name to put on a job application.
What's wrong with my name? Sam, you like it?
Do you have any other names?
Well, my full name,
Don't talk your mouth full.
My full name's Elmer Antonio Gustavus.
Oh. Well,
If anybody makes a smart remark, they're toast. Toaste. Toast. And if I hear I want to live forever, one more time, I'm going to take that boombox into the dock and throw it in the mud.
My, she's rebarbative this morning.
So, what's your real name again, Gus?
Elmer Antonio Gustavus.
no wonder they call him Gus.
And Elmer wouldn't look so hot either.
Antonio. Antonio. I like that name.
Yeah, that's my last name.
It's so masculine. Antonio.
So that's it then. We're going to take your last name and make it your first name. And then we're going to switch your middle name for your last name. And then we're going to use the first letter of your first name as your middle initial.
So, how's he supposed to fill out those forms that ask for his last name first, his first name last, and his middle name next? Isn't he be confused?
Antonio E. Gustavus.
Huh?
That's kind of nice. Kind of makes me sound different. Kind of like I own a pizza joint.
Parlor. Pizza parlor. A man named Antonio would own a pizza parlor.
Water! 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 What in the world? I didn't know you were up. Where have you been? Jogging!
Jogging? You jogging?
Yes, me jogging. You mean as in putting one foot in front of the other very rapidly?
Yes. And what's so surprising about me jogging?
Well, seeing that until now your favorite sport has been a brisk sit, considering your jogging is morbid.
Oh, that's very funny, Dorothy. Jogging can be very dangerous. 3 dogs outran me this morning. And I couldn't even outrun any of them, including a little chihuahua that only had 3 legs.
We have a few hands of bad cards, and well, Dorothy thinks she's Jane Fonda here, and Amanda thinks she's Wilma Rudolph.
This whole health thing is raising my consciousness, my health consciousness. I'm getting in touch with the inner me. Oh, you really must come jogging with me tomorrow. It is so
Damn exhausting.
so invigorating. The fresh air, the dew on the grass,
The red dogs barking at your heels.
the blood surging through your veins, restoring your muscles.
Collapsing your lungs. No thanks. If God wanted me to jog, I would have been born with a propeller on my butt.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys.
Morning, Violet.
Hey, what's wrong with Alice?
You should know. The two of you stayed up playing solitaire till the wee hours last night.
Oh, yeah. You know, I think Alice was glad to be away from Cliff for a while. She kept toasting to him and referring to him as that old fart she hides a Viagra from.
Okay, ladies. We did a big announcement. On our first steps to making Gus into a new man, we have given Gus a new name. You won't call him Gus anymore.
Well, what's wrong with the name Gus? I like Gus.
Shakespeare may have said that if Rome was by any other name would smell the same, but that is simply not true.
Really? It is?
No, here, go ahead. Close your eyes and listen. Now listen. What do you think of when I say
Maynard, Elmer, Goomer, Stanley Dutch. Gus.
Well, now, what do you think of when I say, Robert, Richard, Stuart, Lance, Mathieu, Antonio?
Oh, yes, I see what you mean. Oh, mental picture. So,
He took his last name and made it his first name. His middle name became his last name, and his first name became his middle initial. Antonio E. Gustavus.
that's confusing.
Oh, Phil's here with the computer.
Oh, good. Now, Dorothy, you go ahead and let him in, and then, oh, Gus, you're going to have to go hide in the bedroom. Come on, let's go.
Hide, I ain't gonna hide nowhere.
Don't say ain't, and don't use no double negatives.
Hey, this is my place.
Well, come on, please, just go in there. It's my son.
Yeah, but
Come on.
I ain't got nothing to work. I ain't right there.
Right on, internet, right on here. It's so good to see you, Phil.
Dorothy, thank you and hello. Where do you want me to put this?
Oh, here. Why did you just put it right here on the table?
Oh, but watch out for the whiskey puddles in the upstairs.
Oh, nonsense.
Marcella, Phil's here. Hi, Phil.
Oh, Violet, I didn't see it. Good morning.
Oh, hey, Phil, you know what? It is so good of you to come over here. You know, always so good to see you. But you know, and as your mother said, you are a peach. I'm running down to the general store.
You're welcome. Nice seeing you, Dorothy.
How are you, Phil? You know, if you are a peach, stop whatever you were doing and bring us a computer.
Hi, honey. Oh. Well, I thought you'd have one of your work and bring that.
Are you kidding? I was so curious to see what's going on around here. I couldn't let anyone else bring it.
Oh, this is very nice.
Amanda, have you been?
Yes, Phil?
Oh, well.
Oh, go ahead, Phil. I don't mind. Ask me. Have you been jogging, Amanda?
Well, have you?
Yes, I have. Does that surprise you? Well, don't look at me like I just shot the Pope.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just
You are looking at the brand new me.
Well, that's very nice, Amanda.
And this is a very nice laptop.
Are you familiar with this model?
Oh, and who taught you how to use computers, Phil?
Oh, you are a lifesaver.
Now you're gonna tell me what's going on around here. You know I'm not gonna leave until I figure out what's going on up here. Why do you so mysteriously need this computer so urgently and quickly? Man, well, it's jogging. This is ridiculous.
Oh, well, we just decided to do something constructive while we were up here.
Oh yes.
Yes, and Amanda said she's going to teach us how to program a computer.
Do you think I believe that?
Well, it's true that we decided to use our time together constructively. I wanted to make a quilt, but it didn't have any thread.
Mother, I know that you hardly know how to plug in a radio, so finding this all very hard to believe. Well, something's going on around here.
We just got tired of playing cards, dear. Oh, would you like to drink, dear?
Mother, it's morning.
Oh, I hadn't noticed.
Oh, how about the plug, Marcel? Help me find that plug. This computer, yes.
There's a man in the bedroom. There is. Yes. In our bedroom. Yes. What does he do? He's sitting on the bed reading. Oh! Would you believe it if I told you that was the first little laptop fun, computer fun.
Now I remember. I am going to teach them how to play bridge on a computer.
You are? I mean, she is. She's going to teach us how to play bridge on the computer.
And the man?
Oh, that's just Gus. He owns the place. Once he's done reading, he's going to fix the plumbing.
Sure, house is all right. Should I call Cliff?
No, don't call Cliff. Whatever you do, for God's sake. No, look. Alice does this every year, dear. I mean, sometimes it's the bathroom floor, sometimes it's the porch. This year just happens to be the bedroom. Now, don't worry. We're planning a little surprise.
I'm surprised already, Mother.
Oh, and our surprise is fun. Now, goodbye, dear. We'll see you in a week. I had no idea he was such a curious boy.
No, don't look out the window, Marcella. That curious boy is snooping around the cabin.
Bye, honey. Oh, you're a peach. Yeah. Tell the kids that Grandma loves them. All right. Well, that's an improvement anyway.
Hold the door for me, Marcella. Oh, let me set my suitcase down here so I can get the light. Oh, dear, I think we might be in the wrong cabin.
Whoops, I think we are. I mean, that was a 10 on the door, was it? This is cabin 10? What in the world?
What's the matter?
Well, just look at the place. Just look at it.
Cabin 10, this is it. This is our cabin?
What have they done to it? They've ruined it. Damn.
Oh, we should have known.
There's a new kitchen tablecloth. The spaghetti sauce and candle wax are gone.
Oh, look! Somebody washed the window and there's curtains. Real ones.
The fish head is gone. Where are the flies gonna live?
Oh, they've ruined it.
The Chanel bedspreads are gone, and there's new mattresses. No sagging, no bumps. Oh, man, I'm never gonna be able to sleep.
Oh, and the broken blinds. And the raccoon head above the dresser, all gone. I'm not going to be able to sleep either.
There's matching silverware. Oh, and matching dishes. And the sink is clean. And I think we can eat off this countertop. Damn.
The new slip covers are covering up all the holes in the sofa.
Well, how will the mice get in and out?
They probably got rid of the mice, too.
Oh, I can't sleep without the scratching of the mice.
You know, after the lake dried up, the mice kind of took the place of the lapping of the waves at night. You know, 10 mice singing somewhere over the rainbow. Looking to sleep.
Well, now what are we gonna do?
I don't know. It's kind of like being at the Holiday Inn. It kind of spoils everything.
Well, I'll be Tip. Look at this.
What?
It's one of Alice's paintings.
It is. It's one of Alice's. Oh, it is. It's one of yours.
I'm flabbergasted.
Well, I think we should drink to it.
Oh, they probably have room service, so you mean for something?
Arsenic, maybe.
Well, I bet there's one thing they didn't touch. Oh! The whiskey's gone. Oh, that does it. We're leaving.
Calm down, Marcella. I think we finished it off last year when we were toasting to Antonio's job interview.
Hey, Amanda's late. Did you all tell her what time to meet us here?
Oh, be patient, she'll be here. I think we're a little early.
I brought a bottle, and I think we should have an opening toast.
Not without Amanda.
Well, a pre-opening toast, a rehearsal, nothing official.
Oh. Even Matt's screwed up, what with all these matching glasses. I wonder if they left us a few jelly jars. It just won't be the same.
Well, I can dump these out.
Oh, no, that'd be awful.
Well, that's the point.
Oh, I'll go see if I can find an empty jar or something in the trash.
Are you kidding? What trash? This place is so clean it probably doesn't have any trash. We should have brought our own. Oh, we should have brought our own. It's just like Disneyland. You drop something and there's 6 kids from Utah sweeping out after you.
This is too much like home.
Oh, hell, my house isn't this clean. It's so perky.
Hey, don't worry, after a few meals here, we should have some empty jars to drink from.
Then we can put some spaghetti sauce in the sink.
All the groceries I brought are in boxes. Hey, did we have an empty box?
I know, put the slip covers on this sofa and chair, and then that'll make us feel more like family. It's a new chair.
Oh, I did not put the slip cover back on. We might have. I bet the mice have moved next door. Oh.
I don't know. I'm too depressed to toast to anything. I'm just gonna drink.
Cheer up. It could be worse. Could have been hit by a tornado.
Well, then at least it would look normal.
No, anyone here? Oh, Marcella, you look great. Oh, Alice, you haven't changed a bit. I lost 2 pounds this year.
Everybody ready?
Who's first?
Well, we went alphabetically last year.
No, we didn't. We went by age.
No, age was for taking out the garbage. Alice is right. Let's go by dress size this year.
Well, you know that's not gonna work. Nobody's gonna admit that.
Oh, let's just go to the spirit business. And right now, the spirit is moving me. Here's the best week of the year. The wonderful week I spend with my dearest friends, adding 3 R's. Reading, relaxing, and rhyming. Cheers.
Oh, I feel the poem coming on. Okay, here it is. Roses are red, violets not blue. Here's to the week I spent with you.
I was not blue and neither is Marcella.
I have a poem. It seems I can't toast to the cockroaches anymore, nor the mattresses that allow our fannies to drag this door. So here's to the years that swiftly pass, and here's to setting on my big fat.
And here's to the stuff we drink from the glass!
Okay, my turn. I'm gonna toast to last year. Probably the most interesting week we've spent yet here in Cabin 10. Did you bring your leg warmers this year, Dorothy?
No. I burned those with the Christmas tree this year. We are both dropping our needles.
Okay, to last year. To electrocution lessons, to laptop lessons, to mornings on the bedroom floor, 4 spades, 5 clubs,
5 notes from
grand slam, to an empty lake and to full hearts, but most of all, drum roll please, to the newlyweds, Antonio and Amanda.
Oh, thank you all. And here's to my 4 dearest friends, to the ladies in Cabin 10. I'm looking forward to sleeping on the new mattresses.
Fire! Oh, did you see all the new dishes and all the new glasses?
Yes, what a relief not to cut your lip drinking out of an old tomato juice can.
Oh, hey, Amanda, I heard you went to Canada on your honeymoon.
Oh, yes, it was marvelous. We fished all day long, we took canoe rides, we spent all kinds of time outdoors. Oh, Tony just loves all that.
Tony!
Well, that's what he likes me to call him, Tony.
Well, don't we have something to say about that? After all, we named him.
Well, it looks like you got people in all your cabins.
Oh, I know, isn't it exciting? We actually have occupancy this summer. In January, we printed up some brochures and spread them all around the state. Then we created this fabulous new website. And then we got busy fixing up. Tony's even talking about building some more cabins next year.
Look, you still don't have any water in the lake, nothing to attract tourists.
Oh, I know, but we have walking trails and a bicycle trail now, and horseshoe tournament and bird watching classes. Oh, and we're planning weekend conferences. And then we just poured the concrete for the new shuffleboard courts. And well, it's true. Tony and I believe
You know that you have ruined this place for us, don't you? I mean, it is just spotlessly clean and no more holes in the sofa, tourists everywhere. You know, I for one thank God that there is still no water in that lake.
Oh, and that might be taken care of next year. There's a big reclamation project in the works that Tony is spearheading. The state games and parks might build a dam.
That doesn't, I don't want to hear any more, Amanda.
You know, we should have left Gus just the way he was.
Oh, Marcella, you don't mean that.
Oh, I do too. Here he was running this 2-bit flea bag operation, trying to rent boats on a dry-up lake. Now we've got it hammering and painting, gardening and pruning and spearheading.
Oh, and don't forget all the smiling and laughing.
And the capital gains and the capital improvements and the depreciation. It's depressing.
You're making it sound awful, Marcella. Like you can try to crush them.
Honey, that's not the point. I mean, I know he's a very happy guy, and he's a very lucky guy to have you. Don't get me wrong, it's just,
Ron,
I miss the old dump.
Did you ever think that maybe how the story starts, it always ends the same?
What story?
Well, the My Fair Lady story, Pygmalion. They ended like this. Oh, good grief. Gus, he ended up like Albert Doolittle.
You know, you're exactly right, Alice. Here we went and pushed Gus into the middle class, and now he's doomed to work and spearhead for the rest of his life.
Gus is in a class all by himself. He is wonderful. This is real life. It's me. It's Tony.
It's depressing. What have we done to the poor boy?
I'll tell you what you've done to the poor boy. You made him get his act together. Look, do you remember when he came home after his interview with Phil and he wanted to take a walk with me that evening?
Oh, you mean that night when Marcella fell off the chair? She's trying to spy on your chocolate and it was greater.
Well, you know the rest of the story. This job had some really good potential. During the interview, he even solved a problem that they had been having on their computer for over 2 days. When he told them that he wasn't interested in the job, they even offered him a raise before he began.
You know, Phil never could understand why he turned that job down.
Tony realized that he didn't want to sit behind a computer screen day after day. He'd rather be dead than sit in an office. Tony loves being outdoors, breathing in the fresh air, working with his hands. He'd rather be repairing a pier on a lake with no water.
And he wanted to do it with you.
Yes, he wanted to do it with me. So you see, Alice, the end of the story isn't always the same.
I'll drink to that. That's so romantic. Do you suppose there are any more old single men with that grammar around here?
spliced and didn't recognize it.
The sign threw us. I didn't know this place was called the Cove.
Oh, it wasn't. But it is now. That was Mandy's idea. She thought it would give the place some class.
Mandy?
So, how do you like the place? Have you noticed any changes?
We thought we were in the wrong cabin.
We love it, especially the matching glasses. Makes me feel like I'm on Mackinac Island. Here, have a drink with us.
Yes, we were doing our annual ritual of toasting to ourselves, but it got so maudlin.
Mandy was telling us how wonderful you are. It was making us all nauseous.
Antonio, why don't you propose a toast?
Now, wait a minute. Did he do that? He's not staying with us. Oh, you're not staying with us, are you?
Well, he almost did last year. You go ahead, Gus, Fred, Antonio. Hell with it.
You're not going to make me get up and do exercises tomorrow morning, are you, Norman?
I gave a leotard to Goodwill. I figure if I was really supposed to be, if we were really supposed to exercise, we'd have all been born with legs on our shins. I'll agree with that.
Tony jogs 10 every morning.
10 minutes, 10 o'clock.
Oh my God, 10 miles? Oh, this has ended up worse than I thought.
Well, hey, I have to go better my life. And Mandy, tell you the old plans we've got for the place.
Yes, and frankly, Antonio, I don't think you should do too much too soon.
Don't you think we should leave just a little bit of the lake empty like the park right in front of Tower Dock?
You ladies are going to love it. Wait until you get up tomorrow morning and go for a walk. Then you'll see all the improvements we've made. We've painted every cabin. We've poured new shuffleboard courts. I've cut down all the dead trees around the shoreline, and all the tall weeds are gone. You are going to be so surprised.
We're surprised already. Hey, Antonio, what did you do with all of our old comfortable stuff? We'd love to pay it a visit.
She's just joking, Tony. Oh, Marcella, you are gonna love it here. We're so glad that the four of you are here. We even planned a luau.
Oh, time love boat.
I'm going to dig a big pit and roast the whole pig.
We have plays for all of our guests. Oh, and Tony has a friend who plays the ukulele.
The ukulele. Oh God, it's not Tiny Tim, is it?
I can't wait to see you at a sarong, Dorothy.
Oh yeah, last year leotards, this year sarong. Whatever happened to the good old days? Pajamas.
Oh, hey, this will make a great sarong.
Do I have to look at the pig's face?
Oh, and then afterwards, we're going to have square dancing on the shuffleboard.
Oh, just now, Tony, Gus, you're gonna have to give us a chance to get used to all of this.
Marcella's right. From pants spaghettios to a pig in a pit is just culture shock.
I understand. I just really wanted you to know how much we've been looking forward to your visit. And how happy we are that you're here.
Oh, let's get on with our toasting. Antonio, are you gonna join us?
Well, certainly. Okay, raise your glasses, one and all. Ready? Here's to the coming week of fun and excitement with the most exceptional records it's ever been my privilege to have. The ladies and gentlemen.
Cheers.
Oh, that's all right. She's just getting used to the place. Hopefully they won't. We better leave because I really don't want to start exercising again.
Oh, yes, time for the ducks too. We've got a whole family of ducks going right up to the house to be fed.
Oh yeah, I hate it when that happens.
Anything you need, clean towels, anything, just let me know.
Garbage. Yeah, I need garbage. We wouldn't want to start the week off without any garbage.
You need clean towels all over the place now? Well, if I'd known that, I could have left the whole suitcase at home.
You mean that's what you were packing in them suitcases all these years?
Towels and Serum 7.
Oh, I should have known.
Okay, we'll say goodnight, ladies. Oh, so nice to see you. Oh, I miss all of you. Oh, four of us could be together here.
Oh, it's so good to see you again. You look wonderful.
And so does, what's his name, your husband. Oh, things really did end happily, didn't they?
Yes, Alice, they really did. And to think I had to come to cabin 10 to find the man of my dreams.
Maybe Gus will let you come down tomorrow night and play some cards with us.
No, not tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's our anniversary. That's the night that we met. Really met. Maybe the next night.
Honey, why don't you come play cards with your friends tomorrow night? That's important. We can celebrate our anniversary any day. Maybe at the luau.
Oh, sweetheart, thank you.
Well, ladies, I'm going to be going now, so I'll see you in the morning. By the way, that three-legged chihuahua, and he's got a prosthetic leg now, so he can't run as fast as he can.
Anyone want to take a walk before?
No! And don't bother knocking on our door until at least 11.
Hey, Gus, that kind of noisy garbage truck is coming around at 5 in the morning again, is it?
Oh, Violet, that's not until Wednesday.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, guys.
She certainly looked good, didn't she? Sure does. Look at Gus turning out something else. Really. I wonder if he ever has an identity crisis. That bothers me.
I wonder if we don't ever miss his double negatives.
Okay, where are the cards? You know, I wish they just would let Captain 10 alone. We're going to be looking for things, we won't be able to find them, and then when we do, we won't recognize them when we do find. Oh, good, your book cards. Oh, when you know, brand new.
I hate new cards. They're hard to deal and they stick together.
Come on, Dorothy, you can be my partner.
Dorothy was your first partner last year.
How can you remember that?
No, I just do. Alice was my first partner last year, so Dorothy had to be your first partner.
No, I sat out the first game last year and read that dirty book. I do remember that.
Well, that's one good thing about Amanda being married. At least it gives us an even 4 for bridge.
Okay, Marcella, you lucky dog. And you didn't need your first partner this
Oh,
year.
stop talking and deal. Imagine Antonio spearheading a drive to fill the lake with water.
Suppose that means we're going to have to learn to fish next year.
And swim.
Oh, yeah.
See? You're dealing the wrong way.
No, I'm not. It's left to right, isn't it?
Don't pay any attention to her, you're doing it right.
Oh, count your cards and your cards left over.
I've got 13.
I've got 12.
I'll take that one.
You know, imagine calling this dump the cove.
It's not dump anymore.
One heart.
One heart. Pass.
Can't you open?
No, if I could have, I would have.
That's table talk.
Pass.
You already passed.
Well, I pass again. I know this place isn't a dump anymore. It's changed, I guess, for the good.
Probably for the good.
Well, you know, not all change is good. I mean, there have to be some sow's ears left in the world. They make all the silk purses look good.
Where did you come up with that? One club.
What?
One club.
You have to say 2 clubs. I said 1 heart.
Okay, 2 clubs.
Do you think we start any universal truths with Antonio? Universal truths. You know, books and plays are great, but they have a universal truth. A truth that applies to all people.
You know, that's why Shakespeare's so great. Some people think he covered every possible universal truth, that there are no new ones left to discover. After Shakespeare, all literature's just a variation of a theme.
What does that have to do with playing bridge? We're trying to play bridge here. Dorothy at your bid.
Well, now, hold on, Violet. I mean, Dorothy might be onto something. Maybe we did find a universal truth with Gus.
And that was?
Well, that there are no more universal truths. They've all been discovered already.
Well, that's not new. Even the Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. That every jot and tittle has been said before.
Jot. I don't think the Bible put it quite like that, Alice.
Always make us laugh at some of these people.
Well, you know, what it all boils down to is that it's too late in the life of the planet to be creative. Everything we do has already been done before.
Oh, just think. As we sit here in bed, every bid has been bid before.
And every response.
Does that mean that our experiment with Gus was for no reason?
I won $166.66 and 1/3 cents.
And man, you got a husband.
I mean, yeah, it's another universal truth.
And that is,
Behind every good man is a good woman. I mean, this place is proof of that.
Maybe that should be, behind every good woman is a very good man waiting to step out.
You know, there's another universal truth. You can make a salt purse out of sow's ear. Both Gus and Kevin intend 2 sow's ears and now 2 salt purses.
Okay, whose turn is it to bid anyway?
okay, Violet said one part, Marcella asked. You said 2 clubs, Marcella said 2 sows. You started talking about Shakespeare, and speaking of Shakespeare, no one has noticed that I lost 10 pounds.
Well, what does Shakespeare have to do with your... Oh, you have lost 10 pounds. I thought you looked thinner, but I didn't want to say anything. I thought maybe you were sick.
I've been jogging.
What?
I've been jogging.
Jogging? Yeah, she's been jogging.
Like we do it 3 times a week. I've lowered my cholesterol. And I'm sleeping better.
Better than what?
This has ended up worse than I ever thought.
Oh, skip it, Marcella. You look good, Dorothy.
Does it hurt?
It started crazy. Last year I ran home. The next day I walked around the block.
The whole block?
It's a short walk. The day after that I went 2 blocks, and the day after that 3. I jogged 2 miles now.
In a row?
Nobody likes a perfect person, Dorothy.
Well, maybe that's another universal truth.
And that is?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe self-improvement is a car bundle on the butt of mankind.
Thanks a lot, Violet. Oh, let's get back to this spreadsheet. I really wish you would have opened, Marcella.
Well, if you want to bid, go ahead, Dorothy.
But now I have to say 3.
Well, you can say 2 clubs or 2 hearts.
Now, why would I say hearts? Because you've already bid hearts.
Well, then you can say 2 no trump.
But I don't have a no trump distribution.
Dorothy, why don't you just go ahead and pass? They're already at the 3 level.
I don't want to pass, Marcella.
Why don't you just tell her what you've got? Stop this infernal table talking. Tell her how many points you got.
Look, I have...
No, she's kidding. Look, now, look. Are you going to